Hi, welcome to the Musketeers. I'm your host and American Kel. With you, as always, is my big sister, Tara Sin.
Hello, bitches.
And with us today is your boy, Pat. Please say hi.
What's up? What's up?
And the title of today's episode is Report Censorship.
What they censoring now?
No, the White House launched a tool for reporting social media censorship,
Mm.
which is actually a surprisingly good move because, like, so far, all we've been able to go on is the large profiles like Alex Jones or Paul Joseph Watson, their censorship issues. But it's a much better case when you have the people that's being censored, and you can actually how many is being censored.
Hmm. It's a lot, man.
So basically, this is just compiling a database of people who have been censored by social media.
And I can imagine how huge that database is because, geez.
Yeah, but you've also got the left trying to counter this by just spamming bullshit on this tool.
Well, of course. Yeah. And of course, they sit up here and say, I don't, oh, God. Like I said, both
Baby
sides are
brother,
horrible,
I'm the
but
only
just
one
one is
being
just being
seen
extreme.
on Musketeers on the channel.
Huh?
I'm the only one being seen.
I have done nothing.
I'll try and play with stuff.
Well, when I talk, it switch to my avatar.
Yes,
Yes,
but I'm looking on the view channel, and I'm the only one being seen.
Oh, wait, what do you mean you're the only one being seen?
Go to the view channel and take a look. Only my avatar is popping up.
I don't know what's causing it. I don't know what to do.
Click on me and see if it says unpresent or stop presenting.
There's a present to everyone.
Click on that and then click stop presenting.
Okay.
That might fix it.
Mm.
If not, it's a YouTube and Google thing, so they can work it out.
Oh, well, that's as if that's shocking.
Yeah, I'm saying that wouldn't would not be surprising right there.
They can't. They're having a hard time figuring out what the point of subscribing to someone is, and the bell button.
Mm-hmm. Many times they don't notify a lot of people.
So, also, another update about censorship is that 18 governments like they decided to do something about about the Christchurch incident, bring on more censorship.
Mm.
They asked the U.S. to join them. The U.S. said they couldn't.
I said, why?
Besides our Constitution,
Mm.
I
The
mean,
U.S. said
legally
we
they
could do
can't do
what?
anything for censorship.
The U.S. said we could do what?
No, what happened was that about 18 governments decided to bring on more 18 nations decided to call on more censorship because of the Christchurch shooting, and they asked the U.S. To join them. The U.S. said we could not because of our Constitution,
Constitution.
specifically the First Amendment.
Well, yeah, First Amendment. Um, journalistic rights and right to information.
Yeah.
Mm.
So no, they cannot
They
do it.
legally can't.
If they do, we get to overthrow our entire government legally and start fresh.
Yeah. But there's also no law saying that the government that's being overthrown cannot defend themselves.
Oh, at that point, they wouldn't want to. No, seriously, because there'd be people like Nano and National Libertarian that have guns that like their freedom of speech and don't like being censored because they say some crazy ass shit, that would just look at the government and go, oh, no, put it down, or I'm going to put 20 holes in you right now before you can even pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think one of the Democratic presidential candidates said that if we don't surrender our guns, he'll just nuke us.
Who will nuke us?
The military that is apparently not going to side with them.
Who's going to nuke who? What, we're going to nuke someone else?
One of the Democratic president candidates said, I think he said this about 1 or 2 years ago, but he said that when guns are banned, if we don't surrender our guns, he'll just nuke us.
Who will nuke us? Because every fucking
Democrat
is afraid of us.
Actually believes that the military would nuke its own people.
Personally, I have no trouble nuking other nations. I say turn it into more parking lots for Disney.
No, he's talking about nuking America.
I really don't think our own nation is dumb enough to nuke itself. And
No,
other
but the
nations
Democrats
are
are.
afraid of us. You want to know why? Because we have better targeted nukes.
No, is you're not understanding what I'm saying. A Democratic presidential
I
candidate.
heard that part. You're not telling me who he said would nuke us.
He's threatening to nuke Americans. I don't know the fucker's name. Otherwise, I would have named him, so it would be more clear.
So I can read said quote.
It's a fuck. I don't even remember the video I saw this from.
Well, if this was publicized, there's also an article. All you have to do is say Democratic presidential candidate nuke, and you'll find everything. And there's a reason why Google search does not have a character limit.
Thing is, Eric Swalwell.
Why does that name sound so familiar? Oh yeah, that's one of them.
He warns gun owners that government has nukes.
Well, no shit.
Yeah. So what? Salswell saying like, hell, shit. If we don't give up our guns, he's gonna try to release. Well, he's gonna try to
legally
put one of them nukes on us.
Take away our guns. It's called the Second Amendment,
and they've been trying to repeal the First and Second,
and they can't.
They can't
not repeal it.
But
to repeal the first two amendments would fuck up the rest of the Bill of Rights because of all the other amendments that are part of the first two amendments.
But you know, gullible, dumbass people don't know that.
Evidently, they didn't take basic government history classes that you took in, I don't know, middle school and elementary school, where you had to learn this shit.
Yeah, but they also weren't apparently taught. They were not taught what the meaning of "shall not be infringed" meant.
Again, they would learn if they actually paid attention in fucking school.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was one gun grabber that pointed out that there has been an amendment that was repealed. However, that was removing a ban.
I do believe that was prohibition.
Yeah, it was an amendment. It was repealed, but doing so repealed a ban.
Yeah, they literally put it into the Constitution that alcohol was illegal.
Yeah, I know the history.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
shit.
there's a reason why they call rivers watery roadways. Do you know how much money people made at the time being fucking rum runners on the river? Oh my god, it was pretty much a 60-40 cut, and the person on the river got those 60. I took you to Rum Island. You know the history there.
Oh yeah.
No, I was talking to my brother. I took him there too.
Oh.
I couldn't tell if you're talking to me or him.
That's what I'm saying, because it was like we both have been, so it was like shit.
Which one was Rum Island?
The one that had the island I said rum runners used to put alcohol on.
Yeah, the one with the cold ass water.
They're all cold ass water, and I double checked.
That
It is 72 degrees year round.
shit, that water is ice ass fucking cold. Shit.
Yeah.
And my brother was in the water during winter.
Oof. Oh shit.
It was one of our hot winters, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought that was a normal winter.
No, that's not one of our normal winters.
Ooh, shit. You want to see a normal one to go up north.
So, Pat, what have you been up to?
Nothing much, just working my ass off and trying to rest up as much as I can and shit like that. Been checking out other things, trying to build up my other channels.
He's still
Okay.
recuperating from visiting me. You know I'm not wrong.
I said, well, shoot, that and the hell. Like I said, coming back to work and seeing people, quitting. So I've been basically hell doing my job and their job. So, then gotta love it. Oh shit.
All right, so let's see what kind of news we have today.
That's it before I get off topic. Because I got a whole lot of off topic things.
All right, let's see here. All right. UF students traveling abroad aren't robbed by armed gunmen.
They aren't, nor
Robbed by armed gunmen.
no.
Gainesville, Florida. A group of University of Florida students traveling abroad were visiting a school in South Africa when they were followed and confronted by an armed gunman who robbed them. None of the students were hurt, but locals who stepped in to help were wounded in a shooting. UF spokesman Steve Orlando says the students are doing remarkably well. Well, no shit, they didn't get hurt. I'm sure it was a traumatic and scary experience for them. 3 of them, from my understanding, were either en route or are in the process of coming home. But the remaining students, from what I'm hearing, are in good spirits and extremely resilient and have expressed an interest in continuing with the trip. Maya Barrett is one of the students on the trip and is from the Tampa Bay area. She posted on her Facebook page, I would like to begin by thanking everyone who has reached out after this incident. Your kindness, prayers, and thoughts have meant the world to me and my cohort. We are all safe and grateful to have walked away from the crime alive. Orlando says authorities in South Africa are working to track down the gunman. In the meantime, the university will reflect on what happened to make sure it is doing the best job it can in protecting students during road trips abroad. How about don't send them to Africa? So, of course, that gives us the opportunity that we're going to take a step back and review how everything was done. See if there was any room for improvement or change. Yeah, how about not sending them to war-torn Africa? That would help.
Good Lord, a mess. I don't even know what to say about this story right there. Like, hey.
I mean, yeah, not sending them there would do a whole lot more.
Especially with the way Africa is right now.
All right, let's see. Florida prepares for influx of immigrants from Mexico border. Yeah, how about we not? We have enough fucking Hispanics coming here from the Dominican and Cuba. We don't need Mexicans.
Apparently not enough
really
shit like
fucking
that.
don't.
They're trying to. They need the votes.
I don't give a flying fuck. They can go all rotten hell. I want them to all drown in the Rio Grande. I want there to be a mass influx of them. They're trying to cross the Rio Grande, and then, boom, sudden flood. Wipes them all out. I don't care if it's children and babies. I really don't.
Yeah, and I love
not nuke my channel.
I'm sick because damn, she's going for the kill.
No, seriously, I don't care. Even when my political party was still Democrat, did I give a fuck about immigrants? No, I really don't.
Sarah?
What?
Can we not nuke my channel?
That's what we're saying. Like, damn.
Did I say for us to go, people to go and kill them? No, I said I would like whatever powers that be.
Does YouTube care?
Does YouTube care?
And then sudden flood, wipe them out. I'm saying for nature to do it, not us. And the Rio Grande is known for flash floods.
I wouldn't miss me.
I know my thing is like I was saying, like how you got a lot of politics and stuff like that talking about but refugees and immigrants like that coming over here is better. It's good for the equality, not the equality, but the economy and all that. Right,
so here,
I'm like, if they're so good for the.
A Florida mayor says he's been alerted by the federal government of plans to send hundreds of migrants to 2 major cities to help alleviate problems at the U.S.-Mexico border. How about tell them fuck off and no?
What problems?
Broward County Mayor Mark Bogan called it a humanitarian crisis. No, it's called they are invading.
Yes, an invasion.
If they were space aliens, we'd be shooting them. There's really no difference in my eyes. They're invading. We need to get rid of them. Thursday, after he was told a few hundred immigrants will be arriving on a weekly basis. A weekly fucking basis. So my state is going to turn from, we were originally settled by Spaniards, hence St. Augustine. But we don't need to continue this tradition. I mean, all the trailer parks are going to be full and there's going to be 30 of them in each trailer. Are you fucking kidding me? Without designated shelters or funding to house, feed, or guard them. So we don't have the housing, we don't have the food, and we don't have the fucking money. Yet they're going to send them here.
Because they need the votes. That's what I said. That's what I said. The
Democratic mayor warned many would likely become homeless. No, they won't become homeless. They are homeless. They have homes they could go to. They're just being pains in the ass. They won't go home. He said about half would go to Palm Beach County. Yeah, like they need more fucking people.
Because they've been promised a better life here. The thing is,
He said in a news release that the influx will strain the county's social services and be
Thing that's
harmful
getting me
for
about the
immigrants stranded without money, housing, or knowledge of the city. No. It's going to be harmful on the people that are already working or trying to find work, because people are going to be like, oh, look, immigrants, cheap labor. We can pay them $1 an hour and they'll be fucking happy.
yeah.
He said they are reaching out to nonprofits and businesses to find resources and other support. Yeah, don't worry about the fucking businesses, because the businesses really don't want them around. They really don't. The governor's office did not immediately comment. Yeah, no. You guys can bust these fuckers right the fuck back to Mexico. I really don't care if you put the kids in quote unquote cages and drop them in the river. I don't care. Take them the fuck back to Mexico. Let's see here. Florida man calls 911 over comedian's Middle Eastern joke. Naples, Florida. An audience member called 911 on an Egyptian American comedian who made a joke about being of Middle Eastern descent. The caller called police Sunday, one day after Ahmed performed at the Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. Ahmed told the Naples Daily News he asked if anyone of Middle Eastern descent was in the audience. After a few people clapped, Ahmed replied, "Hey, it only takes one of us," followed by a pause and then, "to tell a joke." He added, "Seriously, lock the doors." After the caller told the 911 dispatcher that after the audience members acknowledged him being from the Middle East, Ahmed said, "That's great. We could organize our own little terrorist organization," he said that bothered him. Ahmed said he never said that. The club has rebooked Ahmed for next week.
So dude told a joke. This guy, I'm saying, this person right here, I'm saying, saw it as a terroristic. Oh my God, Jesus have mercy.
Yeah, he saw a joke.
And he basically took it as like, I'm saying, it's the terrorists. They're going to get us. Call 911.
All right, so apparently my roommate had a hard time getting home because there was a high-speed chase on either the highway or the interstate.
The what?
Woman fled officers at 130 miles per hour on a stolen motorcycle.
Where was this?
Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, a woman fled officers on a stolen motorcycle at 130 miles per hour early Wednesday morning.
Oh, damn.
Officers say 31-year-old Tiffany Stanley zip-tied a jacket around her face while riding the motorcycle down Waldo Road in Gainesville. An officer activated his lights because she was not wearing a helmet and did not turn on her turn signal. That's when the officer says she accelerated away from the officer, later admitting she exceeded 130 miles per hour. Officers then found the motorcycle crashed in the road. Police say they saw a dark figure across Williston Road, and the officer requested a canine unit to track Stanley. The canine led officers to Sweetwater Park, where they said Stanley was hiding behind a shed where she was arrested. Officers say the ignition was removed from the motorcycle, as well as wires being exposed, which they say is consistent of how to start and steal a motorcycle that does not have keys. It's also a good way to start and steal a motorcycle that has keys. Officers say Stanley said she asked a friend to take the motorcycle to go to the store. Officers say that she knew it was stolen because that friend steals everything. Stanley was charged with fleeing and attempting to elude police, leaving the scene of an accident, driving with a suspended license, no motorcycle endorsement, grand theft auto, and tag not assigned to the vehicle.
Hell, they ain't lose their damn life doing that bullshit right there. Like, what the hell is wrong with people these days?
Bath salts.
Something like, geez.
Bath salts are banned.
Just because they banned doesn't mean they ain't accessible.
Yeah. Tell me more
Florida
about how
woman
no
who's
one can get
filed in
marijuana.
viral mugshot sentenced in fatal DUI crash. Marion County, Florida. An Ocala woman convicted of driving under the influence and causing a crash in Marion County that killed a 60-year-old woman was sentenced Thursday. And Jeanette Marie Welk, 45, was sentenced to 11 years in prison after pleading no contest to a charge of DUI manslaughter. Welk was also fined $5,000 and given 15 years probation. In addition, the judge also ordered Welk to write a letter every year in May saying that what she's learned from the crash. During her sentencing hearing, Welk expressed remorse for her actions. I would like to start by saying how sorry I am for this tragic loss. You've lost a mother, a sister, an aunt, a loved one. I don't have the words. In May 2018, police say Welk was driving on US 27 when she struck Sandra Clarkson's car from behind, causing Clarkson to slam into the back of a tractor trailer. Clarkson, who was taken to a local hospital, is where she died.
Oh, God.
Florida woman who threw a coconut at a man filming her
I
at a
was
strip club accused of assault with a deadly weapon.
I was about to send you that right there. I was about to say, have you heard about this right here? And like, you know what the wild
And,
part is about this whole entire story?
and hold on. You've heard the song "Dude Looks Like a Lady"?
Hmm.
Lady looks like a dude.
I'm looking at her right now. I'm like, damn. And like I said, like friends, like you know, failure accomplished, right?
Yeah.
He's the dude. Like I told you, you go on Faye's Twitter right now. He got the video of the whole entire thing happening and shit like that. This is I'm saying, because I asked right there, I'm like, is this the bitch who Faye who Faye recorded through the fucking coconut out of? But they're like, yep, that's her. I'm
So he's
like,
the one that was doing the recording and got the coconut thrown at him.
yes, it was failure. I'm like, well, they don't mention them and shit like that, but it's like, hell, it's hell because it's like, we done seen the damn video. I'm like, that dog, like this the bitch.
Okay, why do they draw on their eyebrows?
I don't know. It's like the end thing right now for some goddamn reason. I'm saying I don't think those draw it on. I think I'm saying some of them said they got them tattooed. They get them tattooed and shit like that. Because it was
Florida
just
woman
like,
was arrested Saturday after allegedly hurling a coconut at a man who was recording her outside a Key West strip club.
why do they say allegedly?
Shanta Letitia Bolds, age 36, was left facing a single felony charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill after the incident. The altercation took place at about 2 a.m. on Monday the 11th outside the VIP Gentlemen's Club, an adult establishment on Duval Street. Arrest records posted this week by Monroe County Sheriff's Office listed the suspect's occupation as a dancer and her home address as being in North Beach. Bolds was held without bond and has since been released. Arraignment is currently set for May 23rd.
Yeah,
The
it'll be a
suspect
slap on the
reportedly
wrist.
admitted to deputies from Key West that she had thrown the coconut but denied it collided with the man who had been filming her as she sat on the porch. The man was named. His name's in here.
What?
His
Wait,
name's in here.
what are you reading?
This comes from Newsweek. His name is in here. So
Oh damn.
yeah, we're gonna skip that. And that
Oh
was
shit.
actually posted by the Miami Herald. His name.
Oh fuck. They ducks failure.
Yep.
Oh goddamn. Well, like I said, if they gave his name and stuff like that, don't you have to give permission to do that shit?
Not necessarily.
Oh
It's
goddamn.
etiquette to ask permission, but you don't have to. That's why
Well,
whenever I get interviewed, I always give my alias.
I'm looking right here and I'm saying I'm knowing failure. Failure probably gave a fucking, he probably gave a fake ass name and shit like that. So I
Hey,
wouldn't take this as.
you talk to him as it is. Tell him to
Mhm.
message me on Discord. I will send him a screenshot of this.
I said, no, that's what I'm that's what I'm doing right now. It's like I'm like, oh my God.
Yep, because I'm not going to send this to anyone else.
Hmm.
So I'm skipping where it says his name. I'll be honest with you. I threw it, but it did not hit him, Bowles said, according to the police report. The man had allegedly uttered the word ladies as he walked past the club, sparking several angry comments from the suspect. The man's footage did not contain evidence of the attack, but it did show the improvised weapon as if it had just been thrown, police noted. According to the Florida newspaper, police officers did not respond when the man asked them if he deserved to have the coconut thrown at him. Local reporting suggests that it was not the first violent outburst at the Duval Street business. Last September, 26-year-old dancer identified as Ashley Barrett allegedly threatened two of her co-workers by swinging an electric hair straightener close to their faces.
Yeah, that's a dangerous ass strip club. Bunch of bitchy ass women now.
Please tell me it was plugged in. That's the only way I could see it doing any fucking damage. I'm going to get you when you least expect it, she reportedly told one of the targets. Barrett was later arrested on 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. It's not a deadly weapon unless it's fucking plugged in.
Wait, is that the straightener or the coconut?
The straightener. No, I could see the coconut being a deadly weapon.
Oh hell yeah! Like I said, if that thing collided with Faye and stuff like that, even though, like I said, he's a big guy. Shit.
Wait, Pat.
Yo.
The reason why they say allegedly in the news, they're trying to cover their asses in case they're ever sued of libel or slander.
Yeah, because there's another story. Like I said, if Terry gets if Terry gets a hold of it and things like that, that does the exact same thing, and it's like, no, they ain't no alleged.
It was the second time
that
in
bitch
24
did it.
hours that she had been arrested, police said. The woman was taken into custody earlier the same day after waving a knife at a co-worker while intoxicated. Oh my God.
This bitch is just dangerous.
According to Houston and Weber, Florida law firm, aggravated assault is a third-degree felony that has penalties as up to 5 years in prison or 5 years probation and a $5,000 fine. All right, here's one that my brother linked me to, my roommate linked me to, and I had planned on reading last night.
Wait, I linked you to?
Yeah, you linked me to this. Florida man who allegedly slapped his girlfriend with a cheeseburger and kicked her down the stairs.
When did I look at this?
It ain't funny, man, but it's like, God damn.
A Florida man was arrested this month after allegedly slapping his sleeping girlfriend in the face with a cheeseburger and kicking her downstairs. Kyle Jamison Jones, 30, was charged with battery and taken to the Martin County Jail after the incident. Sheriff's Office confirmed in a statement. Local media outlet WPLG reported the altercation occurred on May 4th. May the 4th be with you, citing an arrest report. Police deputies were called to Jones's residence by his partner, who reported the cheeseburger attack and said that her boyfriend had also pulled her hair and kicked her down the stairs. A motive for the alleged attack was not immediately clear. Jones admitted to verbal dispute and refused to say anything about becoming physical with the victim. Officers noted that the victim was visibly upset and covered with bits of food when they arrived at the home. A statement by the department published to Facebook said, Kyle Jamison Jones wanted it his way, but when he didn't get it, things between him and his girlfriend escalated.
He wanted what?
Kyle Jamison Jones wanted it his way. But when he didn't get it, things between him and his girlfriend escalated. They made a Burger King joke. The suspect yeah, now you get it. The suspect has been released from the county jail on bond. No inmate record is currently listed. and the sheriff's office released his mugshot on social media.
So what they get into it about it for, man? For him to for you to slap her ass with a cheeseburger. I'm like,
Well, let's see. In December last year, 57-year-old Florida man Frank Capone was arrested on a prostitution charge after offering an undercover police officer a cheeseburger in exchange for sex.
damn, that must be one hell of a cheeseburger. Like shit.
Back in 2014, Time magazine reported that a Florida man, Taylor Allen Stevens, 23, had been arrested by Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office for hurling a cheeseburger into a pregnant woman's face, pushing her over after an argument. He was reportedly charged with aggravated battery. And in March 2011, a South Florida man, Brant Goodwin Stevens, 43, had been hit with a misdemeanor criminal mischief charge after a fast food attack in a Fort Pierce McDonald's.
Yeah. Also, Tara, I just messaged Failure about the whole entire thing right there. He just messaged me like say he's been doxxed since last year. So I'm like, dang.
Okay, well, I still am not saying his name on air.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Okay. Yeah. Florida woman farted loudly, then threatened to gut a man who complained.
Oh shit! God damn.
A Florida woman who farted loudly in a Dollar General store in Diana Beach was arrested Sunday after threatening to gut a man who complained. The Miami Herald reported this week that Shanada Yvette Wilson, age 37, was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill after the incident. Now, my question is, did she have the weapon on her?
She must have, like, goddamn.
Her arrest was confirmed using inmate information posted by the Broward County Sheriff's Office. The newspaper, which obtained a copy of the complaint affidavit, reported that an altercation started after a customer in the shop standing next to the woman named as John Walker got into an argument that was in reference to the defendant farting loudly.
Yeah.
Williston, the complaint alleged, pulled out a lockback knife from her purse, opened it, and told, which is pretty much a flick open knife, and told Walker that she was going to gut him. The woman then motioned the knife as if she was going to attack the victim with it. The affidavit said Wilson had been in fear and that he was going to be stabbed by the defendant. The suspect was located by local law enforcement, detained. According to the inmate information online, she was taken to the detention facility on a $2,500 bond. It's not the first time someone has gotten in trouble for passing gas in the state. Earlier this year, a Florida security guard was fired from his job at the Heart of Florida Regional Medical Center after posting videos online of him farting while on the job. The man used the name Paul Flart online, recording his own sacking in a YouTube video posted in August. A man informed Flart he was being let go for recording himself farting 75 times while in uniform. Flart wrote on Twitter, flatulence are a normal bodily function. God blessed me with lactose intolerance, and I was just trying to bless everyone with my sphincter symphony.
I'm like, dude, haven't you heard of Silent but Deadly? Damn.
No. This is sphincter symphony.
Oh God, he just fuck. Damn, just let loose as loud as you can.
All I can think of.
God,
fucking Encounters of the Third Kind. Brr, brr, brr.
Someone's having fun.
How does
You've never seen
how does Florida man and Florida woman don't have their own documentary yet, man? I'm saying
Actually,
how is this not a
remember the other
TV
night I
series?
told you Oxygen plans on doing a Florida Man series.
Well, I hope they do, man, because like I said, there should be a Florida man, Florida woman series. Like shit, I would watch that shit daily. Yeah, I treat that shit like Game of Thrones here. Like, where you going, man? That shit. No, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go watch Florida, man.
What the hell's Florida Man? I don't know,
Shit.
but my friend lives in that. She gives me a heads up before it happens.
I'm saying, and the stories that I be hearing and things like that, we've been saying that too. If there's about Florida Man TVC or a movie right there, shit, I'm watching it. So come on, Oxygen, make it happen. Yeah, you already got me with Snapped. Yep, where'd you go?
Oh, I'm here. I'm
Oh,
sharing it because I'm doing all these Florida stories.
yeah. But, oh, okay.
This show right here, pretty much is a Florida Man documentary.
I only feel like posting in a few of them. Hey Pat, you're in a ton of Discords. Do you mind posting the link in a bunch?
Huh?
You're in a bunch of Discords. Do you mind shilling the show out?
All right.
Here, I'll send you the show link on Twitter. I'm reading the news, so I need to, keep reading.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in a lot of the same ones I'm in. All right. Later, he told Miami Herald, "My family is upset about me losing my job, but I know I will crush it at anything I put my mind to. There's a whole new opportunity out there for me now." Yeah. Also in Florida this week, 2 men were arrested on suspicion of murdering their former roommate over a missing PS4.
What?
Over a missing PlayStation 4.
And
The
they
Yulee man was accused of repeatedly stabbing a woman in the head with a fork over an undercooked potato. Meanwhile, in Largo, a man was charged with first-degree murder in connection with the death of a 7-week-old baby.
Oh, is that the guy that got upset because he was losing at a game and stuff like that, and punched the child?
Let's see. I'm pulling up the article now. Florida man allegedly beat his baby daughter to death after he became frustrated as he changed her diaper.
Oh no, this is different.
Artem, I can't say his last name, has been charged with first-degree murder in connection with the death of 7-year-old Gwendolyn. At around 5 p.m., November 17th, officers were called to the home in Largo, Florida, following reports of a child had become unresponsive. There, detectives found 7-week-old Gwendolyn and medics attempting to save her life, but the baby was unresponsive, not breathing, and had suffered life-threatening injuries. The infant was rushed to Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. She was placed on life support, but was taken off the equipment and died 2 days later on November 10th, 2018. Alton told police he had been at home caring for Gwendolyn while her mother, Mariah, was at work. He claimed he had fed his daughter and put her to bed in her bassinet in the couple's bedroom before falling asleep. When he checked on her 15 minutes later, she was unresponsive and not breathing. He told a family member in the home and called 911. Officers noted a number of inconsistencies in his statements. Doctors found the baby's skull was severely fractured, an injury which usually occurs due to high-force impact. She also suffered from bleeding on the brain, and fractures to her ribs were consistent with compression trauma. Officers later concluded the father had hit the daughter in the head and squeezed her torso until she lost consciousness. In an interview on November 26, he admitted that he had beaten his daughter with a closed fist out of frustration while changing her diaper,
Yeah,
and had
somebody.
taken and squeezed her before calling the emergency services. Salmon told police Edelman is not the child's biological father. The pair met when she was 3 months pregnant with Gwendolyn, and he signed her birth certificate. Allman has been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder. He also faces prior charges of robbery by sudden snatching and dealing in stolen property. Okay, this is one I like. Florida woman caught on camera stealing a package from a porch and then realizes it's filled with super worms.
I've heard this story before.
When Shelley,
Because it wasn't those kind of worms that you're on.
huh?
I'm saying we must got a delay somewhere.
Yeah, it's fucking Google and YouTube.
Like I said, because we have to have a delay. Because I'm saying something like 5 seconds later and things like that, and then it's like your answer.
5 what?
5
what?
I guess Tara hearing me like 5 seconds later or something like that. Because it's like I'll say something, and then it's like.
When Shelley Draves watched back her doorbell camera footage and spotted a woman stealing a package from her doorstep, she couldn't help but feel amused. The woman was about to open up a can of worms. Literally. The video footage of the incident shows a woman approaching Draves' door in the Orange County city of Apopka. She appears to use a piece of blue material to cover the box before taking it away. The woman was apparently unaware the box is filled with 500 superworms intended to feed her child's bearded dragon. Draves told Newsweek she saw a package being delivered on her interactive doorbell. The device went off again shortly afterwards, and the woman took the package away. She said she was ticked off that her parcel had been taken in broad daylight, and the woman seemed very unconcerned and not nervous as if she'd had done it before. But I just laughed because I knew she picked the wrong package to steal. Draves told WFTV.com, you can tell in the video she came up with the blue bag or tarp and tossed it right over the box so she didn't even look. She was just looking for packages. In a Facebook post poking fun at the apparent thief, Draves said she suspected the woman followed mail carriers and grabbed parcels that the owners did not immediately collect. Draves wrote, let's say she got her karma today. She jokingly advised thieves to check the contents of boxes before they steal them and be sure homes aren't fitted with security cameras. This lady did neither, and she was in for a huge surprise when she realized that the box said live crickets, as she apparently threw it on the side of the road and another neighbor brought it back. That's what you get, you damn thief. I hope she gets caught, and I hope she got bit by a superworm. Trish Letty, who lives nearby, told WFTV she wished there was a video camera of the moment of the woman realized what was in the package. She said, you keep hearing all these people getting packages stolen. We've had packages in the past that disappeared, and we don't know if they were lost by the post office or if someone took them. Police said the woman will be charged with a felony if she is identified. Draves' Facebook friends were shocked by the incident, but many saw the funny side too. I wish there was a picture of her face when she realized what she stole. That would have been funny.
And
she didn't know whether to respond to the post with a heart emoji, laughing, or an angry face. A good reminder to remember this holiday season that Amazon has lockers, she said. Don't take the chance to have packages left when you can't get the safety or get to them in a timely manner.
Oh yeah, having stuff delivered to you on the holidays, man, has always been the damn worst. So like I said, it's like if package stealers don't get you and shit like that, hell, the people who are transporting packages, they end up doing, I'm saying, a lot of damage because they pissed off because they got to work the damn holidays and shit. Because I'm saying many videos I done seen of them basically like just tossing packages everywhere or just mishandling them and shit like that. I'm like, be some sad shit. And I know me, hell, I wear a lot of stuff, man. Some of this shit be fragile, and I do not like the UPS down here, man.
Trying to find more Florida stories.
I don't know. Well, it ain't a full. So, have you seen the Las Vegas story
No.
about the lady who pushed the old man off the bus and all that right there? And like I'm surprised you haven't heard about that.
Nope.
That's been everywhere.
You got the article?
Hold on.
Feel free to read
Like I
it.
said, because I've been sitting right here like I'm talking to Faye, like left. Yeah, let me see, buddy. Let me see if I can find it. Like
All right, while you're looking for it, 5-foot lizard captured in Florida neighborhood after more than a year.
Wait, a lizard captured?
Yep. After hunting for it for more than a year, Florida wildlife officers were finally able to capture an enormous, invasive lizard that had been loose in Key Largo. The 5-foot 2-inch Asian water monitor, which weighed at 20 pounds, evaded multiple traps and searches. The non-native Asian water monitor was first seen in Florida in 1978 after it was brought to the state as a pet. Now, let me remind people, you buy an exotic pet, you take care of it for the rest of its life. If you're going to get rid of it because it's gotten too big for you to care for, find a rescue that will take it. Don't just let it loose, because they will eat everything and kill off our native wildlife. If you can't do that, don't buy anything. You don't even deserve a fucking dog. Hell, you don't deserve a goldfish, and they're dime a dozen. Water monitors are capable of inflicting a lot of damage, first with their tail and then with their teeth. Jim, I can't pronounce his name, a longtime Keys biologist who has worked with several state and federal agencies. The FWC regularly holds exotic pet and amnesty days to let people give up their exotic pets for free with no punishment. In Central Florida, the next scheduled amnesty day is June 1st at the Central Florida Zoo and Botanical Gardens in Stanford. I know exactly where that is, too. So, yeah, they caught a big-ass monitor lizard. So you found that article?
Yeah, I found it.
Go ahead and read it.
I found one of them. Like I said, I found the NBC News version. Yeah. But anyway, it says, video shows woman push elderly man off a Las Vegas bus. He later died. All right, so the story basically goes, a 25-year-old woman is accused of pushing an elderly man off a Las Vegas bus. He later died. Now police have released video of the incident in an effort to find witnesses. Khadijah Bishop, 25, was arrested on March 6th and charged with open murder on an elderly vulnerable person in the death of Serge Fournier. I think that's what his name is. 74, whom she is accused of accused. Like, have they not seen the fucking? Yeah.
You guys keep talking. I gotta take this mud out.
Anyway, like I said, who was accused of pushing off a bus On March 21st, according to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and NBC affiliate KSNV, the best surveillance video released by police on Tuesday shows Fournier starting to exit the bus with a large foldable cart when Bishop shoves him from behind with both her hands. Fournier flies yeah, through the bus doors and lands face first on the sidewalk and his cart. I mean, yeah, if you see that video right there, that I'm like, this bitch right here, really, like, ooh. But anyway, continuing on, like I say, police said Bishop was damn, I can't say that word, argumentative with people on the bus and had gotten into a verbal spats with the victim before pushing him. A police report said Fournier told Bishop to be nicer to passengers, according to KSNV. So that's what it basically is. Like I said, she just basically was on the bus and stuff like that, acting a damn fool. And before dude was getting off, he was just telling her to be nice. And of course, her being a cunt and shit like that pushed him from behind. I'm saying, yeah, and if we look at the video, I mean, he landed face first and all that right there. Like, oh my God. His thing is, like I said, they said, he got injured, but then a month later he died. Now, she just got arrested a couple of weeks ago behind that shit right there. So yeah. Hopefully hopefully they throw the motherfucking book at her and then some. God damn it, here shit. Somebody push her on her damn face. People like this work my damn nerves. Like, yeesh. I said, well, besides that, right there, like, all right, Kel, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, I said, you'll watch wrestling.
Nope.
I said, well, it's like, well, I was on Twitter not too long ago and just found out, like, this chick by the name of Ashley Massaro.
Nope.
Like she was one of like them diva search females, like really young girl, like what I think, but like a year younger than me. Like, but they just posted up that she just like died. They don't know what she died of and things like that. But to be so young and to just also just pass away like that, it's like damn, you gotta wonder. I just hope it's not. I hope it's not another one of these, like overdose ODs or suicide stories and shit like that you've been hearing a lot of. But I'm like, but for her to be so damn young and to pass away like that, it's like shit. That's what I'm worried about. But yeah, that shit's all I'm saying that's all over Twitter.
Oh, where's Tara?
I don't know. She said she went to do something and
Ah,
so yeah, like I said, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to find stuff to fill up the dead space because
let's see. What's going on with Twitter? Nothing.
I said, well, using the same mode that we just basically been talking about, Alyssa Milano crying about her hashtag sex strike and stuff like that. And then there's the Alabama abortion ban that, a lot of people are calling, like, so I'm saying, and rightfully so, to I'm saying, to a certain extent and all that right there. It's like, calling for the ban and then basically, the things that that's all in the bill and stuff like that. And I'm like, as somebody, who's pro-life is like, well, damn, that's fucked up. It's like they're talking about like what I haven't completely read through the whole entire thing, but the highlights of it is basically talking about like giving women who I'm saying who get abortion and stuff like that like jail time even if it's through like rape, incest, or murder, rape, incest, or molestation and shit like that. And I'm like, well, damn, that's where I'm like drawing the line right there. Like
Well, the women who
my
get
thing.
abortions aren't going to face any jail time. It's the doctors who perform the abortions that will.
Mm. Yeah, because my thing is about the whole entire stance that I've basically been talking about. It's like just basically like how me and Tara be saying like the women who basically like use it as a means of birth control or like like one second they want the baby and now all of a sudden they don't want it no more for some other reason and shit like that. So they go out there and they just get these abortions knowing that the money ain't coming out of they damn pocket, and only for them to just, I'm saying, suck the baby out and just go back out there and spread their legs for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and fuck around and get pregnant again. Like those are the ones that get on my goddamn nerves, because those are the majority of women who actually do get abortions and shit like that, the irresponsible females. And I'm just like, put the responsibility back on them and shit like that. And then that's when abortions will really go goddamn down. You start holding a woman responsible for her actions and her bad choices and shit like that and all that right
Yeah.
there. But as long as a woman can irresponsibly go out there and do crazy shit like this, they're going to continue. And that's what these fucking women are basically fighting right there. They don't want to be responsible for anything that happens in their goddamn life. They just want to blame all their problems on everybody else. That's been my whole stance on this whole entire abortion thing.
Now, we're not saying don't go out there and get your freak on. We're just saying, use condoms.
Yeah.
Be responsible. If you can't be responsible, keep your legs closed. And by the way, abortion is not birth control.
Yeah,
no, but
exactly.
they warned me that way.
And
now, see,
and that's what I've been doing on Twitter.
Instead of banning abortions like they're trying to do, what they should be doing is limiting how many you can have. Just like with welfare, if you have more than so many children, you no longer qualify for welfare.
Mm-hmm.
You can only claim so many children on your taxes. They should do the same thing with abortions. They have a record. It's going to be an international record, like with donating blood, donating organs, stuff like that. Make it an international record.
Mm-hmm.
Where, it's all in one database, abortion database. Okay. And then, you put in how many, let's say, Tamika LaShonda Brevard, okay, has had since the age of 16, and she's 24 now, has had 7 abortions. Well, technically, after your 4th one, you're not supposed to have any more. So she's banned for life from having any more abortions. No doctor will touch her. She wants to go and do a back alley abortion, that's on her. She dies from it, that's on her.
Yeah, I know, and that's what a lot of people are saying. Like if we limit abortions and things like that, then the women are just gonna go. I'm like,
if we limit abortions, the women will learn, oh, I might have to go and pay someone twice as much and still potentially die as, where there's a 75% of a staph infection that kills you. Whereas, okay, if I become personally responsible for my body's health and well-being,
mm-hmm.
I have 4 chances to have an abortion my entire life. I'm now pregnant. I didn't know until today. I was drunk as fuck last night. I mean, I was drinking and doing a lot of drugs. My baby gonna come out fucked up. Let me go get my abortion. I mean, you still have to pay for it.
Mm. But that's just the thing right there. They don't pay for it. We the taxpayers
actually,
do.
Planned Parenthood here, I can't vouch for anywhere else, but according to the Planned Parenthood here, this is the way it's supposed to be at all Planned Parenthoods. They don't pay for it. Taxpayers don't pay for it. They don't do abortions. We actually have about 3 blocks down from our Planned Parenthood is an abortion clinic. They will refer you to an abortion doctor. You still have to pay for the abortion. You have to pay for the first visit, the abortion, and the after visit, because you have to come in to make sure everything healed properly. Mm-hmm. The only thing they will help you with for free is, checking for cervical cancer. They have bowls. I'm not joking. Bowls filled with female condoms, male condoms, diaphragms, anything you can think of that will prevent pregnancy. They have it sitting out for free just for you to grab.
Now that part of Planned Parenthood, I'm down for.
They help out with prenatal care. They help out with helping you find people that would be willing to adopt your baby. Say you want to give birth, but adopt. They will help you find people at no charge. This is, they get donations. That's the part that they do get some government funding for. In Florida, they are not allowed to pay, and they don't, for any abortions. They don't do abortions in-house. You have to go to a completely different doctor. And according to Planned Parenthood, that's the way all of them are supposed to be.
Now, all of them are supposed to be, but hell, the majority of them are not.
I did a paper on them in high school for my human health class. And they're like, oh, you need to, talk to medical people and do a paper, blah, blah, blah. Everyone chose, optometrists, shit like that. No, I went to fucking Planned Parenthood. Because even then it was the whole, oh, they're taking our tax money. They take most of the ones here, they get their money from donations. That's where they get their money. And they get some money for the helping with the women's health, not, abortions. Other states, I think Planned Parenthood is like chain stores. Different owners can apply different rules unless it's under corporate control. So I think ours here, they're not under quote unquote corporate control. So they don't do what they do.
Oh Lord! And speaking of which, like, oh, have you heard this one right here? Like, damn, this one got a fucked up name. Emily Ratajkowski, or whatever the fuck her name is. Some Russian bitch, I think. Ratajkowski or whatever poses naked to decry 25-old white man who voted to ban abortion in Alabama as Kylie Jenner and Rihanna share outrage. So yeah, nothing says,
Oh, was she dancing on top of someone's car and got her leg yanked out from under her on the ground?
No, but
I seriously doubt that.
But I still laugh at
no one
that
in the video
motherfucker
was
right
speaking
there.
English.
No, from what I understand, it was that video was from China. Bitch deserved that shit.
I'm saying because you could tell, like I said, the dude was kindly trying to get it off the car and stuff like that. And I don't know who the hell she was yelling at.
Calm down. And she's just yelling at other people, then decides she's gonna stand there and try and dance on his fucking car, and he gets pissed off. He's gotta go to fucking work.
Yeah. Dude, like, bitch, get off my car. What?
Stripped naked. She most likely stood in the middle of the road till someone stopped, climbed up on his car, and then decided to pull her shit. Personally, I wouldn't have grabbed her leg. I would have grabbed her by the fucking pubic hairs and yanked her down.
I know a lot of people saying, like, like, I understand, but he didn't have to do that. I'm like, hey, you're giving us a lot of situations and shit like that.
Dude, if you were his baby brother.
Yeah.
Knowing you have an affliction for the Asian persuasion. A bitch. Any bitch can be Asian. I don't give a fuck.
I know two.
Huh?
I know two.
Is standing in the middle of the road naked. You stop because you might hit her. Or you're trying to find out why she's standing in the middle of the road naked. Climbs on top of your car. What are you gonna do?
Probably film it.
Like, bitch, get off my car.
Depends on what I'm doing and if I'm in a hurry.
Now, baby brother, say she's yelling at people. You're trying to coax her to come down properly, and she starts tap dancing on the hood of your car, on the hood of your beautiful fucking Chrysler Sebring.
I would probably see what would happen to her if I pushed the convertible button.
No, that thing's too slow.
Huh?
That thing's too slow. It gives you a chance to climb down.
You're right, it's too slow, but it's gonna get her off.
No, would you not grab her by the thing that you have the body part that's closest to you.
Damn it.
Or that you can reach. That's all the man did. He grabbed her by her ankle and flung her off the car. Now, some people say, oh, he could have been more gentle. No. Bitch is dancing on the hood of his fucking car, and man is losing money because he's not at work.
Well, he could have been more gentle, but it was not needed.
She didn't deserve gentle.
Oh,
She
yeah,
started
but
trying to tap dance on the roof of his fucking car.
Oh, yeah, you're both right. She deserves it, but he could have been gentle, but he was not obliged to be gentle. He had no reason to.
Exactly. And as I said in a response on, I think it was Pat's, because Pat had shared this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone had said something about, they could have been more gentle, she could have head trauma. And my response was, well, maybe the head trauma will cure the crazy.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people sitting up there
Well,
basically
she
saying
was
that,
naked
like,
and tap dancing on the roof of a car. She was already got head trauma.
No, not necessarily. There's crazy that's genetic. We know this because of our sister and your mother. They hate each other, but they're both fucking crazy. And as far as I know, our sister has never had head trauma. Your mother, on the other hand, I think she was dropped on her head as a baby.
Actually, there was one time our dog flipped her into the air with a chain, and she landed on a rock head first.
No, that wouldn't do enough.
Me and Dad saw it, and we just started laughing.
It wouldn't do enough.
anyway, like I said, anyway, like the lady who got snatched off the damn car and stuff like that. But it's gonna be a while before she try to climb on another car again. Shit.
She lay in there crying. The most that probably happened is she fractured her arm.
Mm.
Someone needs to edit that video and put a yoink sound on it.
And then a splat.
I know, like I said, she was laying on the goddamn ground, and all of a sudden you just heard her screaming a little bit for the yeah. Yeah, but dude, at first, they were just trying to calm together down and stuff like that until she started tap dancing like, bitch, get off.
And
yeah, I think a lot
fucking like a fucking chicken.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people had a problem with it and stuff like that because Roosh V was like the original person who tweeted and shit like that. You know how a lot of people feel about Roosh.
I have no fucking clue who Ruth is, and I don't care.
Roosh is basically, he's a douchebag and shit like that, like
half of fucking YouTube?
Yeah, but he's one of those like damn fuck that basically like comes out like as like one of those fucking what they call them dudes, the one of pickup artists and shit like that.
I think I know what you're talking about. Did he write a book about how to pick up women?
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, he's the guy and things like that. So yeah, a lot of women can't stand him and shit like that.
I just look at him and go, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
So yeah, a lot of women can't stand him, especially fucking feminists and shit like that. So it's like when he posts up a lot of things right here, he gets a whole lot of fucking hatred. I just retweeted because the shit was funny because it's like, yeah, well, shit, look like she got snatched for showing off her snatch.
I mean, in real life, both my brother and Pat can tell you, I'm a bitch. It's not just a YouTube personality.
Yeah, but like with this story I was talking about here is like, why do people like always like to try to get naked to protest? I'm saying, shit that they don't fucking like abortion and things like that.
Attention.
That's exactly why this motherfucker's doing what she's doing right now. It's like, this is hot right now, so I won't.
She had planned on doing that day. The least she could have done was shave that shit.
Now I'm talking about this woman right here, this Emily Ratajkowski or whatever.
Yeah, and she probably has a hairy bush too. Shave it. Bitches,
no,
naked she protest, shave that shit.
She posted this shit on Instagram.
Shave your legs, shave your cooch.
She posted this shit on Instagram. It's basically a picture of her like with her breast covered, and she's got like a flower or something like that covering her damn, like a flower petal or something like that. Covering her parts right there. And of course, women like her and shit like that. They stay shaved because they're fucking uppity and shit. And it basically is like the 27-year-old actress protests naked for a photo to share on Instagram, where she decried that the 25-old white man who approved the HB 314 comprehensive bill essentially banning abortions even in the event of rape and incest. Basically, she did this shit for attention, like, oh, this is hot right now. What better way to get myself into the spotlight and shit like that than to pose nude? Because all these motherfuckers do that shit right there. Even feminists, when they want attention and shit like that, or when they want to get their rocks off and shit, they'll basically go out in public and I'm saying protest naked, saying that it's a motherfucking event, but no, all you're doing, you're just being a fucking exhibitionist. Like that one UK bitch with the hairy cooch and stuff like that who was protesting Brexit while naked and stuff like that. I'm like, bitch, you just want to show off that hairy ass goddamn shit of yours. That's all it is. But it's like, how does this help? Really? Like I'm gonna protest the such and such and such and such about getting naked. Like that ain't protesting shit. That's just you crying like, hey, look at me. And where the fuck y'all at?
I'm right here. I'm reading this article. Apparently, in Gainesville, 6 dogs have been euthanized due to a contagious dog virus.
You ain't heard a damn thing I said.
Yes, I did. This week, 6 dogs were euthanized at Alachua County Animal Services because of a contagious virus. It's called distemper versa, and it's spread by dogs coming into contact with wildlife like raccoons, foxes, skinks, and coyotes. Several dogs staying at the shelter have tested positive for this virus, and officials hope there are no more affected. We have about 100 other dogs that are in the shelter, and we have quarantined now. We are doing our best we can do to manage this. If a dog isn't vaccinated or under-vaccinated, they can quickly develop serious health conditions. It starts off looking like an upper respiratory infection, nasal discharge, runny nose, lethargy, loss of appetite. Although the virus is curable, it could take months to shed, and Williams says 1 out of 10 dogs could develop neurological issues after the virus is gone. Experts suggest getting your dog vaccinated as soon as possible. Cats are not at risk for this infection. The shelter is still open for cat adoptions. For now, the Alachua County Animal Hospital will not have any dog adoptions until their 2-week quarantine is over.
So I got a California story.
All right,
A
what?
California story?
Huh?
A California story?
Yeah.
Okay.
F-16 fighter jet crashes into a commercial building in California.
Oh.
This was a breaking story. The plane crashed outside the airfield. It's coming in for a landing. No one was injured, and the pilot was able to eject. Nothing on what caused the plane to go down. It was at March Air Reserve Base in Riverside.
So something must went wrong with the plane and shit like that. And yeah, like did the pilot like eject?
Yeah, he did.
So it's like once you eject the shit like that, you never know where the hell that plane's gonna go. And yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently there's dog attacks in the town I used to live in. Sarah was riding her bike in her new neighborhood in Old Town in late March when dogs approached her and attacked. She almost lost her leg in the incident and says officials haven't done enough to keep it from happening to other people. Well, one way this could stop happening is if people didn't move or didn't just let their dogs roam free. You know, you have a dog, either chain it up in your fucking yard or put up a goddamn fence. And for those that don't own the animal, say it comes into your yard, or hey lady, how about you keep your gun on you and shoot the fucking thing? If it goes to attack you, shoot it. Believe it or not, it's completely legal to do in the city of Old Town. I used to live there. I had dogs climbing my fence to get into the yard to kill my cats. I shot the fucking things. All I had was a copperhead BB gun, but it got the point across. Believe it or not, the dogs actually ran, but I had the tips where I had the pellets that had the
Hi, Horton.
had the point. I didn't have just the pellets, I had the point. So it lodged into the dog. Today we caught up with Sarah nearly 7 weeks after her incident that hospitalized her. Her husband changes her dressings 3 times a week and has to drive her to UF Health every week for checkups. Later this month, Sarah will undergo a surgery that will close up a major wound on her leg. Her wound is too deep to close properly without surgery, and Sarah would be at risk of a severe infection where she could lose part of her leg. While her wounds heal, neighbors worry that there will be more victims. Yes, there will be more victims if you don't take care of these dogs. People, you live in fucking Old Town, Florida. Build a fence, chain up your dog, keep your dog in the fucking house. People that don't have dogs, don't want dogs in their yard, shoot the goddamn things. I love dogs. Anyone can tell you that. Pat especially could say that, being as, you know, my roommate's dog, you know, came in and loved on him. I love dogs. But if they're turning feral, kill them. Because there's no turning back for them. Once they get a taste of killing humans, that's all they want to do. Let's see. Neighbors say they feel the risk of dog attacks is so high when they roam the neighborhood. They carry bug spray and a baseball bat to fend off vicious dogs roaming away from their owners. No. Forget the bug spray. Maybe some bear spray, because we do have bears in Florida. And a shotgun, or a rifle, or a 44. Anything that puts a projectile and will put it down. No bug spray, no baseball bat. I'm constantly questioning my safety for my family and myself everywhere I go now, said Sarah. She tells us only 4 out of 5 dogs who attacked her were removed from the owner's property by Dixie County Animal Services. Tanya Moore lives just blocks away from the incident and says dog attacks are a big problem in the small neighborhood and that you can call authorities and it can be an hour to 3 days before they respond to it. Okay, you've called authorities, shoot them. Yes, I am advocating shooting dogs only when they're becoming feral. Moore won't let her grandkids ride their bike off the property. Sarah says she was horrified to hear that others had claimed to be attacked by the same dogs. Neighbors believe the owner of the dogs has dozens of other dogs on their property. Probably. Maybe you should shoot him. She reached out to Dixie County Sheriff's Office, who told us they were unable to respond to this incident, citing that their public information officer is unavailable until next week. No, he's available. They're just pussing out. So, yeah, feral dogs. Lovely. Awesome. Grenade found in Florida Goodwill donation bin. A Florida Goodwill store got a donation it didn't expect. A grenade. Waiting for it to pull up.
A dam failed in Texas.
You didn't hear me reading about the grenade at a Goodwill?
A grenade?
A grenade. Florida Goodwill store got a donation they didn't need or expect, a grenade. At the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office said workers found the grenade in a donation bed Wednesday afternoon and called 911. TC Palm reports that the bomb squad arrived and the Port St. Lucie store was evacuated. The grenade was found to be inoperable. A similar grenade was found at a nearby Goodwill store last year. And that's the end of that. Now, what about a dam breaking?
A dam failed in Texas.
Oh, I heard about that.
It was the new Braunfels. Happened on the 14th. Hello?
I'm here. I'm reading something.
Yeah, I'm saying you got the story on the dam.
Yeah.
Read the article.
No, it's a video on Facebook.
Find the article.
All right, let me see if I can.
Someone should give Texas a dam.
Yeah, closer we are to the damn water. God damn it, I hate when this thing. I gotta hurry up and update real soon.
All right. Blind boy, 15, jailed for life over a murder he didn't see, set to be released.
Say what?
A blind teenager convicted of murder after a dad of 3 was kicked to death is set to be released later this year. Jordan Cunliffe, who insists he could not even see the attack in which Gary Newlove was murdered outside his home, has battled to clear his name for years. Earlier this month, he lost an appeal at the High Court to quash both his conviction and sentence after judges found there was ample evidence he was party to the gang attack. Now 27, the youngster from Warrington was just 16 when he was convicted. Later, the laws of joint enterprise in a case which made headlines around the world. Cunliffe and his family claim he was registered blind at the time of the brutal assault in August of 2007 and did not hear or see anything. But he was found guilty by association at a Chester Crown Court of killing Newlove, who was kicked like a football after confronting youths over damage to his wife's car. The 47-year-old salesman was left unconscious in the street, having suffered massive head injuries, and died at the hospital 2 days later. Cunliffe's mom, Janet, who is a prominent joint enterprise guilty by association campaigner, has taken part in regular demonstrations outside courts in the Northwest over the case. Joint enterprises allows the prosecution of members of a group or gang for murder when it cannot be proven which member of the group inflicted the fatal blow. She told the Liverpool Echo, Jordan came up to the scene as it ended. He was the last coming up the street and didn't even hear or see it. He has a wee in some bushes. Apparently, this is in England, and hears a commotion. It's only later then he realizes one of his friends who has done the attack. It was a single blow that killed Gary Newlove. At the time, Jordan was registered blind and needs transplant surgeries in both eyes. He had less than 10% vision.
Hi, Horton. Miss me?
It had got so bad that he couldn't wear contact lenses, and his only option was a transplant surgery. It was 10:30 p.m., so it would have been dark. One of the things about Jordan's condition is that if there's different street lighting, you don't see that light and it explodes like fireworks. It's quite a chaotic picture. Jordan would have had to navigate through all of that. The chance of seeing individuals was impossible. He first heard someone crying, "Who's done this?" He walked towards the voice, and a woman who we now know as Zoe, Gary's 19-year-old daughter, who asks if he knows who has done this. He then bumps into police and gives them his name and address. If he'd just battered a man to death, he wouldn't have done that. He was convicted of murder under the joint enterprise laws and was sentenced to a severe minimum of 12 years behind bars. He has almost completed that tariff and is currently housed at a prison in the Northwest. Barring the unexpected, he will be freed after August and is set to leave the region to begin his life on the outside. He has since had the transplant surgery on his left eye, but has zero vision in his right. On the night of the attack, Mr. Newlove left his home barefoot to remonstrate the gang who had smashed the window of a digger parked nearby. His daughter, Amy, who had been reading in her bedroom, had called him after looking out of her window and seeing a youth kicking her mother's car. Police initially arrested 25 youths in the aftermath of the killing. Cunliffe, Adam Swellings, and Stephen Sorton, who were given a minimum of 17 and 15 years, respectively. 50-year-old Janet believes Britain must alter legislation which sees children able to be handed life sentences, saying he doesn't want to move back to Warrington. He wants to go and get on with his life. There's a couple of universities who have offered him a place. He wants to catch up with his lost youth. Jordan isn't on his own. There's 1,000 people in exactly the same position. A boy of 12 years old is the youngest person serving a life sentence in Britain. But Gary Newlove's widow, now Baroness Ellen Newlove, has said it will be painful when Sorton and Cunliffe are released. Since her husband's death, she has since been made a conservative peer and was appointed the Victims Commissioner by the government in 2012. She has campaigned herself for victims' law, giving families the right to be informed and challenge decisions to release criminals. Newlove's widow, now Baroness, lobbied government to take action against the gangs after his death. She has since... Oh, damn, they repeated themselves. Speaking in May last year to the Mirror, ahead of the expected release, she said, "Release is a painful part of the victim journey. You know it must happen, but it does not make it any easier. It's just so painful." Well, the kid was fucking blind. How the hell is he going to know where the man's head is?
Feel for it.
Okay.
Oh, I know. Blind luck.
Oh, damn.
You're an ass.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, I'm like, that's jacked up on something. Any more on this story too?
No.
All right, I just found the or a little small story about the little dam breakage that Joe was talking about. Basically, New Braunfels, Texas. New video from Guadalupe Blanco River Authority. Shows say that. Say that. I'm saying 3 times fast. But anyway, like I said, that thing that I just mentioned right there shows the moment the dam at Lake Dunlap in New Braunfels. Damn, I can't fucking read. Shit. Let me try this over again. All right, new video from GBRA shows the moment that the dam at Lake Dunlap in New Braunfels fell. Talking about a piece of dam broke on Tuesday morning, sending water gushing downstream, and it just goes to show a couple of tweets. It says
ABC
the break is
13?
caused. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says like the break is causing problems for some homeowners. whose boats are stuck with no simple ways of moving them. GBRA officials say it's too soon to say what will end up happening to the broken gate. So it's like, all right, shows another tweet again, and oh shit, that's everything. So damn, that's not really a story. Just basically the dam broke just out of the blue and stuff like that, and it's causing basically flood damage and shit. And they don't know they don't know how they're gonna what they're gonna do and how they're gonna fix it yet. But damn, I'm saying, were they not? I'm saying, releasing the water regularly, and it was just been stocking up, and because I know with some dams, it's like I'm saying, you got to drain them, and I'm saying in order to prevent this type of stuff right here. Now, what the hell were they? What the hell were they not doing?
Who knows? Maybe, brother, you about ready to do outros?
Sure, since I figured out how to do an outro.
Oh yeah,
You
Barry,
name
you got anything to share?
and they, tell about themselves so people can find them.
You got anything to show, Tara?
yeah, me
Like, say your
Tara.
baby brother, say your boy Pat.
Your boy Pat.
Yeah, he was asking you first.
I didn't hear my name being said.
Tara Sin. Do
All right,
you
I'm
have
Tara.
anything?
No. I do my outro. I'm Tara Sin. You can find me on pretty much any social media. Um, I have a PayPal. If you want to donate, it'll help me go to more this year. I'm working on my dolphin video from SeaWorld, so yeah, give me some time. And I'm done.
Okay, Pat.
Anyway, everybody knows me, your boy Pat. You can check me out on my channel as well as Twitter and the same name, your boy Pat. Now, me, I actually got some new content coming on my new channel. Like I said, I'm doing like my little Psycho Rick character and things like that. I'm separating like my social and political content and stuff like that from my other things right there. And that's one of them where I got my new channel. It's called Psycho Rick, where I'm basically doing like tragedy stories, creepy pastas, and things like that. All under my little like dark character right there. So I done just dropped down my recent video a couple of days ago talking about the death of Michelle Thomas, like the girl who played Myra on Family Matters. So it's like I've been doing things like that, and I've been trying to bring them to like a weekly basis, like every Wednesday, like to have a new episode. So it's like if you ever get a chance, check that out, and hopefully, like I said, they'll start taking off very soon. All right, that's it for me.
Well, I got nothing to show.
All right, so now you can kill the stream.
Yeah, I just gotta find it. And going
All right.
offline now.